Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today is April 7th, 2021. Welcome to the Julie and Milo show. My name is Julie. I am coming to you from Orange County, California. My dear friend, Milo. Milo, if you could please say hello.
Hey, how you guys doing? It's Milo from Nashville, Tennessee.
Thank you, Milo. Today, on the screen here with us today is Chris Johnson. Chris, welcome to the show. If you would like to say hello to everyone.
Hey. It's the only way I know how to do it. Hi, everybody.
Thank you so much, Chris, for spending time here with us. As everyone know, we all just came back from an awesome mega global event that was launched our Dubai office in Dubai, right on the Burj Khalifa Tower. And we had such an honor to be there watching with Mr. Ash Mufarad. And the Julie and Milo show would like to bring back the people that traveled to the top to have their feelings about how it is, how it all went down, the behind the scenes and all of that. So I'm gonna send it back to Milo to ask the very first question. I'm not sure what questions you are asking, Milo, but here you go, Chris. Let's get the show started.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Chris. So good to have you again on the show. I remember the first one that you was on. It was fun. This one's going to be fun too. So you got to meet Ash Mufarad. This is a historical event that happened March 30th. Tell me, what was your feelings when you first met Ash Mufarad? What kind of feelings did you have?
The feelings were absolutely excitement. My first impression was he looks nothing like he does on a Zoom. You know, I think I've said it many times that people look different when you meet him in person. So, and it was for me, his eyes were darker, a very good looking guy. I'm not going to deny it. And I'm straight as an arrow, but no blemishes, just like a perfect guy, but big hug, big kisses. And I was excited. It felt really good to actually see the guy that allowed me to be part of this. So I was very, very excited about it.
Chris, you were very calm. I know you said that you're excited about it, but you weren't loud. You were kind of stepped really back a little bit, observing people, how he's reacting with other founders that was there. Tell me, what was you thinking? Why did you kind of step back versus a lot of people was, yes, hi Ash, excited. You were very quiet. And I observed you that you are always the last person to come in and give Ash a big hug. Tell me a little bit about that.
You know what? I think for me it is, there was we had like 20 people there, and a lot of people have never talked to Ash, and like I said, this was my first time, but I told myself before I went there, let other people enjoy him. I've talked to Ash on the phone, have many conversations with him on Zooms, but I just felt like I already know who Ash was, personally and Zoomingly, we should say. But I want other people to have the opportunity to sit down and talk with him. You're right, I did. I placed myself as far away as I could when we were sitting at the dinner tables, anywhere, just because I want other people to enjoy him. I mean, I myself, Julie, Milo, now Milo's met him twice. We've been a part of Ash's life since we got into this. He gives us a lot of attention. I really wanted just other people to have that attention. I was excited, but just to see other people's excitement. You actually did a show the other day, and David Otto, he actually got on there and couldn't control himself because he goes, oh my God, I'm talking to you, Ash. I've never talked to you before. That's my excitement. I'm always excited, and yeah, I'm not always quiet, but laid back when it's the right time is perfect for me. And I'm very glad that people got to enjoy Ash Mufarad, and I did 100% too. So that was great for me.
I love that, Chris. I love your attitude, and I feel the same way. You know, it's not necessarily about us, because we see him all the time or talk to him, not necessarily talk to him all the time, but you know, we're in closer contact with him. And this is about a whole community. This is about all the people, you know, and there is no one person that's big and little people with him, it's all VIP. If you meet Ash, he's a VIP, and I want everyone to get that feeling. Tell me now, what was your feeling when you met all the different, the people that were there? There were whatever 17, 19 of us there. Tell me about that.
That was truly my joy, because I've built relationships with all these people for the last year and 6 or 7 months, and to meet him in person. I mean, the airport was it was a little strain on me, because I felt, man, we got to do something for these people. But that's truly when we all bonded. We all got to know, we were laughing. I was more worried about security, because they actually did come up and they actually gave us a big suitcase luggage. Hey guys, here you go. You can leave now. But little did they know, we just couldn't leave because we were waiting for direction. Not only, I think a lot of it, people don't understand, a lot of it was security. We were basically told that Ash doesn't want anyone to know exactly where we're at. He wanted it to be a surprise. We do have some people that will travel miles just to see Ash Mafar in person. But the airport for me, and meeting all those people for the first time, the only people that I didn't see, because Michael Williams had come in earlier, was very excited to meet him. And Susie and Daryl had driven in without, they didn't need a plane. So got to run into them at the hotel. But that was the most exciting part. I know Ash probably says, "Oh, Chris, come on. It was me." He knows I love him and I wanted to meet him. But to actually meet the people that I've talked to on a daily basis for a year and 7 months, that blew me away. And every one of them looked different to me. And every one of them felt different to me. Their ideas of what they've talked about on Zooms, getting people excited. You really found out how excited they were when you met them. It's hard to explain it. You guys were both there. You know what I'm saying, but it was a blast for me to meet these individuals.
Wow, that's pretty awesome, Chris. Let's talk about the very first dinner when we all sat down at the bar restaurant at the hotel. And there's a lot of conversations there. I mean, like wisdom. There's a lot of, it's like the first bread breaking with Mr. Ash Mafar. Tell me your observations and what you heard or what you discussed or what you picked out from that dinner.
It's actually a really good question. I think I was the last one to come in that dinner. Because he said, everyone go back to the room. Ash had set up this beautiful long table. He said, come down, eat what you want, get what you want to drink. And of course, I was worried because my suits, because the time limit we had, I just basically threw them in a suitcase. I wanted to get them ironed and wrinkle free, which I'm a guy, I'm a terrible ironer. So I was taking my time and realized, man, I better get down there, thinking everyone had the same mindset. But when I got down there, I was the last one there. Michael had showed up. I didn't even know he was in there. And I walked in, I did not notice Ash sitting in the middle of the table. And I kind of walked right by him, said hi to Michael, because I had never met him yet. And I walked to the end of the table. I was actually sat with Julie and Celestine and the tech guys. So looking up at the tech guys, I said, I can't believe I'm sitting here eating dinner with you guys. Of course, me and Celestine were laughing and having a good time. What a great kid. It was actually a really big honor to meet her, seeing her over the years, or over the year and a half on the videos. But Ash started talking. This is the funniest thing. I was probably, 4 or 5 feet from Ash, and I couldn't hear a word the guy was saying, because I was at the head of the table, and everyone was kind of talking, and he was talking, but my ears, I'm like, I can't hear a word. I kept saying, Julie, I can't hear a word he's saying. I don't know what he's saying, but everyone was intrigued. The thing about Ash is he worked the room. He didn't pay attention to one person more than the other. He made sure he sat here, he sat over there. He made sure he touched everyone, telling them how proud he was. And that was amazing. But when he did talk, the table went silent, and I was able to hear a few things. And what he had to say was just inspirational. When he talks, he commands the room. He really takes a charge of it. But the things that are coming out of his mouth are positive. Let's stay positive. Look where we're at. And I really love that about him. And everyone followed suit. And it just was a really, really fun time that first night. Milo, back to you.
All right. Absolutely, Chris. One of the points he brought up that I really loved was he Remember when he held up the utensils in the napkin and he says, "This is what we thought we were getting, but we got this," and it was a spoon. And he said,
Yes.
"This is perfect." And when you talk about him being, positive, that's what he always does. Now let's go to the meeting itself, March 30th, 2022. Let's talk about that. I noticed you was up at the front by the head of far away from Ash, but up by the TVs. And all of us were a little bit anxious to get started. Yeah, to get started and stuff. And yet Ash is just calm up there, and it went off perfect. But tell us your thoughts on that.
I'm not going to lie, and I've told this before. There was so much going on. Actually, being right there. Normally, we're on a Zoom. I can run to the bathroom. I can grab something to eat. But I'm in that function. I didn't eat anything or drink anything before I came to that meeting because I'm thinking, man, I don't want my stomach to growl. I mean, I don't want to have to run to the bathroom. So to me, it was a nerve-wracking thing because at this moment I realized, oh my God, it's past 10 o'clock. What's going on? Witness Ash in action, being right there was pretty cool. And I just kind of watched what was going around. We couldn't figure certain things out. He was asking for things, but he did stay calm. But to actually be there in the moment, I mean, it really is a history-breaking moment, and we got to be part of that. Whether you were on a Zoom or in that actual little office area there, that room we had, it was pretty darn exciting. And here's the honest to God truth, guys, and I swear to you, I completely forgot about the Big Bang. It was out of my mind. That's how crazy my mind was. And I'm sitting there, and then he said, "Okay, guys," and I'm thinking, wow, because he had said to me maybe 20 minutes prior that, "Chris, we have 30 minutes to get this perfect." And it still didn't dawn on me because technically we didn't know what he was going to do, but it never crossed my mind until boom, it was on the screen. And I'm like, wow, I completely forgot. And I'm glad I forgot about it because I think I would have been, more jittery, but I actually stayed pretty calm and just watched it and enjoyed it. But you seen it like I seen it right from the screens that we were looking at, and it was pretty amazing. So that's the honest to God truth, though. I completely forgot. I'm thinking, oh, another Zoom. We're on 1,000 Zooms a year, and another Ash Mafara Zoom. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, hey, dummy. I'm calling myself dummy. Hey, dummy, you forget there's something big happening today. And that's the truth. I completely forgot about it. But it was, it all turned out for excitement for me after that. Milo, back to you, Julie.
For sure, Chris. During that event, it was the unexpected when he played the video Oblast, and there's no dry eyes in the room, and we both sat next to each other, and I think we were kind of like holding each other's hands, kind of like, okay, this is pulling our hearts right now. And then you went on to talk to Ash later in that meeting, and you have the card that you put something there, and then you kind of like, suddenly that card filled up with all signatures. Yeah, tell us a little bit about that whole, from the video till toward the end where the signature card was filled up with signatures.
Yeah, I was actually sitting where I was, and he walked around, and I was looking at my phone because thousands of people were texting me. I was trying to share the same moment that I was having. This, "Chris, what are you doing?" He goes, "Put the phone down. I need you to come up and speak." All right. So now we already had a bunch of people that were standing in line to talk. And to be honest, I really do enjoy being the last person to speak. So I'm like, all right. I remember Julie saying, "Come on, I'm going to get there." And my mind froze. I'm like, normally I try to prepare myself what I want to say. And I'm like, uh-oh. And I'm standing behind the table now. And I'm thinking, all right, I got a pen. And what helped me is Ash Mafara walked right up to me and said, "Brother, we have a lot of work to do." And it really wasn't quite caught on camera, but you can actually hear it if you pay attention to it. And boom, it clicked into my head. Even though my brain was still frozen, I was a little nervous, I'm not going to lie. And when he said that to me, I knew exactly what he meant. And that's kind of what I said. Ash Mafara just said these words to me, and that's not just him talking to me, it's talking to all of us. And I had said, how about we put down on a piece of paper, we have a lot of work to do. Sign your name. We'll get everyone to sign it, because I want people really to be involved on what his dream really is about, is this changing humanity. So he wrote the card. I had actually finished my speaking, and I walked out because Susie said, Chris, he's got all that food. Will you go get something to eat? Now, she knew I hadn't eaten nothing. I went out the room and completely forgot about, oh man, what happened to that card? I came back in the room, and there was the card signed by just about everybody. And then Celestine said, can I sign it? Well, yeah, you're part of history. You don't get it. Your friends don't know nothing because their age is 12 years old. They know nothing about a passive at 12 years old. You do. You can actually say you sat down and had dinner with Ash Mafara with these great, what I call great people, great leaders, great friends. And I said, no, your name's going on it. So she actually signed her name. I think it was under my name. And I got it. I still got it in a safe place right now because I don't want to lose it. And then I told Celestine, my writing is horrible, Celestine. Can you write a date? So she wrote the date beautiful, put her little signature heart on there, which was special, but it meant something to me that, and Ash even said, I don't need to put anything on paper or writing. What he's saying is the truth. We don't have to put things in writing, but we're going to show you with our actions what we're going to do. And to have people all sign that, and literally hundreds of people texted me after that, Chris, I want to be part of this. I want to be part of this. Was a great experience for me, because all I really care about is trying to do the right thing for Impassive. We are a unique company, I believe, and everything that he's done to perfection, where he doesn't want any blemishes. Okay, but oh bless, and being able to show that to the world and being a part of that with 1,200,000 people is going to be the proudest moment of all of our lives. We just don't realize that yet. Milo, back to you.
Thank you, Chris. Absolutely, and I love that part, and I loved your heart. I loved all of our hearts there, because I think everybody there, they get it, that it's not about us. It's about what we're going to do for humanity, how we're going to help, and stuff like that. And I'd like to go now forward to that night. We went out to Eddie V's to eat. We had a tremendous meal. I mean, geez, you get full whatever you wanted, but some of the things, the little nuggets that Ash dropped were just crazy good. He was always throwing, if you would say a compliment to him, he would throw it to someone else and try to, deflect. And just some of the things he said. Tell us what your feelings was at that meal.
Very intimate. It was very intimate to me to sit down in a secluded room in a restaurant with some pretty amazing people that I've listened to for a long time speak. Ash, at that moment, had said some things, which I will not repeat, that made me really, really realize how big Impassive was and what it was going to do for people. And I don't repeat certain things, because when Ash says turn the recording off, that means he doesn't want it said. I believe that each individual in Impassive will hear those words, what he said, eventually, but I want you to personally hear it from his mouth. I don't want you to see that on a recording. He'll know when it's time to tell each one of you, and you'll be excited. But my expressions of the night was, it was very intimate. We had a lot of fun. I remember Julie, she was sitting over by Ash, and I was at this end. She said, Chris, I've never seen you so quiet. I was absorbing, like a sponge. I really wanted just to listen to people, even though I couldn't hear what they were saying. But to see Susie McCrae was directly across from me. And it was Lynn, Sherry, Lynn, Susie, and then it went into like the tech team guys. And I was trying to listen to everything they said. Gersh Mender was sitting to my left. Now I'm trying to shove food down Gersh Mender's throat because he's not a seafood guy. I said, oh no. I said, you're in my house now. You're going to eat this fish. He actually was a good sport and tried it. I don't know that he liked the lobster, but he loved the what do we call it? The uncooked fish. It was a yellowtail. Yeah, but it was very, very good. I said, trust me, you got to try it. And then Peter Scher was to the left of him. I had Ron, and I sat perfect spot, because not a lot of people at my end of the table liked raw fish or seafood. And I'm like, bring it on. Captain Big Ed will eat it all. But very intimate, Milo. To hear people and see people that you've seen And you don't really know someone until you sit down and talk to them. We could talk every day on a Zoom or the phone, but until you actually feel how they're feeling at that moment when you're sitting with them, it blew me away. So Julie, back to you.
Thank you, Chris. Wow, what an amazing trip we had. Moving forward, now we are back to our life, knowing what we know, spending the time with Mr. Ash and about a handful, 20 founders, knowing what we know about the Khalifa Tower and how OnPassive is moving forward. Are you a proud founder? Are you proud of the decision that you made 2 years ago or so? Are you excited? What's your thoughts?
I think you all know how excited Chris Johnson is. I think if I wasn't excited, I wouldn't do what I do. I don't think you do what you do. And I don't think Milo would do what he does, because we just truly want people to be part of this and change their lives. I mean, 32 years in an auto factory about killed me. 32 years anywhere will kill you. All right. Because you're on someone else's time. You're on someone else's dime. But we got a way now that I believe that is going to change the world, because families are going to grow because they're going to be able to spend time together. No more, hey, Dad, you want to go to my baseball game? Oh, son, I got to go to work. Hardest things for me in my life I had to do with my son and daughter. Dad, I got a dance competition. Oh, honey, I got to go to work. Bad on my part. Horrible. But I knew that I had to make the money to pay for the house, the cars, the boats, and keep my kids in clothes and to do all those functions. I regret that. If I have any regrets in my life, that's the part I regret. I don't want anyone in this world, just like you two, to have those same regrets. OnPassive will truly bring the family together. Why? Because of that residual income. And I think 6 months to a year, you'll have some pretty amazing choices that you can actually make now. And there's not a boss who can say, oh no, your butt's going to be at work or you're going to be out of a job. Now I got a boss that says, and that's me, I'm the boss that says, man, I do want to go. Wait a minute. You got a baseball game? What time? I'm there. You got a dance competition? Boom. And that's what I want for the world. I want you to spend time with your families. And let me tell you, spending time with your families might get a little cranky, but then you can say, hey, honey, I'm going fishing. You know how that works, Milo. But it's a great thing. It's bringing people together. And we haven't even launched yet, but we know we're on the first step to climbing. We're at the top, but the ladder is unlimited. It's going to keep going. So, oh, I forgot. Milo, back to you.
All right. Chris, that was awesome. And it is true. Our lives are going to be changed and everyone involved is going to be changed. And like you said, we are going to have so many options. It's whatever we want to do. I don't think anyone will do anything that they're not passionate about anymore. Chris, I want to thank you for coming today, sharing your time, sharing your views, and sharing this historical event. This definitely will go down in history, and you can pull up this video and say, hey, buddy, I was there, and there's something to be said about the journey. If you're in the journey, it's different than if you come in later and, you can come in later and you can be part of OnPassive. But those that share in the journey have a story to tell, and it's a good one. So back to you, Julie. Take us away and take us out of here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Chris, for spending time here with us. Your sharing your feelings, your pride, your excitement of OnPassive. It's now written down on the book in the history. And OnPassive is something that we all proud to be part of. And I'm so glad that you are in it. And I'm so glad that we all met each other and connected within OnPassive. It was very beautiful that you had your daughter on here as well. I like to also mention Amanda Johnson. You're such an amazing woman and continue what you are doing. Your dad did a great job, and we do hope that you will join hands with your dad and just doing what he loves. And there is a resemblance between both of you, and I'm so glad that she in it and doing this with you as well. Chris, any last words?
Yeah, you want to change your life, it's up to you. I made the decision 17 months ago to change my life, even though I was retired. I realized that retirement was great, but it really isn't going to get me where I wanted to be in my retirement stage. I know and passive will get me there. And to all you young people out there, don't waste 32 years of your life working somewhere you hated. Change it right now. Get in this, because all you really got to do is get in. And I can promise you that you really don't have to do nothing. It's here, it's staying, and it's going to keep growing. Julie, Milo, thank you for all you do. Please support the Julie and Milo YouTube, because they do a great job. They've done many presentations, not with themselves, with many, many founders. So get on there, share them out, and let's just help change the world, as Milo says, and Mr. Mafara, one person at a time. Let's do this, guys. Thank you for having me on your show a third time. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chris. There you have it, everyone. It's Chris Johnson, and he's sharing his first meeting with Mr. Ash Mufareh. We do hope that you enjoy it. Looking forward to our next video. If you're watching this from YouTube, please click the subscribe button and click the bell so that you get notified every time when we have one of these videos coming out. Once again, thank you so much for your support. And knowing that without you, there's no Julie and Milo show. Please stay in touch. We also have our webinars, our weekly webinars on Wednesday at 6:30 Eastern Time, on Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We do hope that you join us live. Thank you so much for watching. Good night from Orange County, California.
Night from Michigan. Woo! I'm here, Milo. Take it away.
Good night from Nashville.
How they tell when they joined and how they're doing so well, telling us what it's all about today and how they are loving that own passive way. On passive, here today on passive, no better way to listen to the Julie and the Milo show, so then you can be the very first to know. On passive, it's